Choosing a graph to fit a narrative, basic. In the following problems, before we even read the descriptions, I suggest you first make sense of each graph. And we do that by reading the label for the y-axis, altitude of helicopter. So in this first graph, the altitude of the helicopter is staying the same. It's not going any lower or higher over time. In the second graph, the altitude of the helicopter starts high and gets lower and lower over time. In the third graph, the altitude of the helicopter starts low and moves up over time. The last graph actually is not realistic. We'll come back to understanding that. So, which of the first three graphs best fits the description? A helicopter takes off straight up from the ground. The third graph would be the answer because this one starts at 0, being the ground, and it increases over time, which implies that it's taking off straight up from the ground. Now let's take a look at the second example. Again, interpreting the graphs first. Amy's speed. So if Amy's speed is staying the same, that means that she is moving at the same speed as time goes on. She's still moving, but the speed remains the same. If we look at the second graph, Amy's speed starts high and then decreases. Therefore, she starts faster and then she's going slightly slower, and slower as time passes. If we look at the third graph, Amy's speed starts at 0. That means she's not moving, but over time, she starts picking up speed. She picks up more speed and more speed and more speed. And then again, the last graph is not realistic, and we'll come back to that explanation. So which of the three graphs best fits the description? Amy walks at a constant speed to the store. That would be the first graph. Again, this shows that she remains at the same speed over time.